Whoa now, whoa now, whoa now. Welcome back to the Black Alpha and your boy, Brother Kush. On this one here, I want to talk about whiteness in terms of wealth and social economics, right? And this is based off of something that Antonio Moore, Tone Talks, he did a video the other day exposing the flaws in the teachings of Boyce Watkins, Dr. Boyce Watkins, excuse me, and Earn Your Leisure. Antonio Moore goes through this whole thing, breaking it down, with statistics and data and everything. He did a pretty decent job, but he missed a whole lot of stuff too. But he said enough in that video to make me think about it. Say, this is something that I've been trying to tell people for the longest, because Antonio Moore says something, I'm going to quote him. He said, whiteness is more than a color. It is a position in law and policy that allows them to control who gets in. In other words, being white makes you an automatic gatekeeper. They control wealth, and they have created an entire secondary underclass that manages the controlling of that wealth, right? And 95, 96, 98% of those are white, and they are the gatekeepers. Have y'all not been wondering why Jeff Bezos all of a sudden wants to buy land? Like thousands of acres. Why Bill Gates wants to buy thousands of acres of farmland, like he wants to get into farming? That dude ain't trying to be no damn farmer. That is the real wealth, controlling what you call resources. And this is something I hear said a lot in the red pill spaces about resources. A man gotta have resources. Bro, y'all don't even know what resources is. Resources is not money. See, this is why y'all gotta come here. This is why y'all got to come here. Money is not a resource. Money is supposed to help you acquire resources. Resources and wealth go hand in hand, right? Resources are things that have value, like actual land. That's why it's called real estate. Actual land. If you read the language in real estate, it always talking about a tract of land located at such a parcel of land located. They ain't talking about the house. They talking about the land, because the land is the resource. Because if you have land, you could grow food. If you have land, in enough land, you got animals on your land that you can hunt. If you got enough land, you could build your home. If you got enough land, you could dig your well. Land is the resource. Minerals, crystals like diamonds and other stuff, golds, platinums. These are the resources. So he who controls those is wealthy. That's wealth, and that's resources, and we don't have that. You having a few $100,000, which most of y'all don't even have that. 99% of y'all don't have that. But you having a few tens of $1,000s in your bank account is not a resource. You having a car that you have a car note on, it's not a resource. You having a mortgage that you 5 years into a 30-year adjustable rate mortgage, it's not a resource. Y'all don't even know what you're talking about. But that's why y'all here. So let me break it down to you. Because y'all think about rich people when y'all think about wealthy. Rich and wealthy is two different things. As I just explained, the wealthy control the resources. Let me come over here. The wealthy controls the resources. This is from an actual investment website, right? If you see the top tab, it say understanding wealth, how it is actually defined. That's what's at the top of the tab. And it says wealth is an accumulation of valuable economic resources that can be measured in terms of either real goods or money value. In other words, if you have a precious mineral that people are willing to pay out the wazoo for, you got wealth. You got wealth. If you got anything that can be measured in any kind of economic value, you got wealth. That's wealth. They take a market value of everything you own, the lands, the minerals, the copper, the diamonds. They take a market value of these things, the coal, the oil. They take a market value of these things. And this is how wealth is determined. So you are not wealthy because you got a few bucks. Understand that. That's the point I wanted to really get through. You're not wealthy if you got a few bucks. Whiteness in terms of wealth, whiteness is the gatekeeper to the wealth. So you as a black person, I ain't trying to be, I ain't trying to pour water on your flame. You're never going to make enough money to make any type of change to the system. And the point I was making about them buying up all this land, they buying land because they're trying to control your food. This is going to make them wealthy. Just now recently, Texas decided they're going to open up a new state park, create a new state park rather, off some land that's just sitting out there, right? Land is supposed to be public land. First of all, people, land is supposed to be public land. When they sold that land to Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates or that foreign billionaire, that land was not supposed to be sold without a vote, overwhelmingly unanimous vote, 2/3 vote of the residents of that state. Nobody has a right to sell these lands to nobody. You see, we so brain dead, man, and caught up in the way the system goes, we have forgotten the way it's supposed to go. Nobody has a right to sell those lands to nobody. These lands belongs to the people. That's why it's called public land. It's for the people. So recently, Texas decided they're going to take almost 5,000 acres and turn that into a state park. See, but by doing so, they just made that land private property. See? They just took land away from the people and made it private property. That's the people's land. We are supposed to be able to just set up shop somewhere, man. Every bit of earth is not supposed to be privately owned. And just because you got money, you're not supposed to own more earth than you can settle on. We have a lot of problems, man. And see, this is where Antonio Moore missed that, because he was talking about the whiteness put you in a position. But the truth is, all this stuff is made possible, for one, by the system, by the creation of this system and everything within it. That's the money, the institutions, the educational, the legal, all these institutions. All of these things work to maintain that position of the very, very, very few at the top, at the expense of everybody else. They cannot do what they do without this system. And black people, this is my disappointment in y'all. Y'all are supporting something that we should never support. You have sold your soul to have a place in a world order that you should naturally oppose. Now, we going back to Brother Cush's intro, my original channel intro. You have sold your soul to have a place inside of a system that you should naturally oppose. You are a slave. You are a slave to money, to economics, to politics. This is what I was talking about. This is what I'm talking about. So they couldn't do what they do without our compliance. We are allowing a very few people to not only own the entire planet, but to basically own the entire world of people within it. We should not do that, man. I mean, especially not voluntarily. And that's my AI conspiracy. I think they're trying to build a robotic army because they know at some point people are going to buck. And they're trying to build a Terminator type army to do their bidding. Because they know at some point the inequalities are going to become too much and people are going to rise up. And when they do, they want to have a robotic army that they can send out to do their bidding. This is why they're training these robots to shoot. They train them in military tactics. This is not so they can save the life of a soldier on the battlefield. They are doing this because they're preparing for tomorrow. The people doing this today won't even be alive, but this is how these people think. And we don't even think about our own kids. We have no concern for the next generation. These people are thinking generations down the line, and we are not. They want to maintain their position as gods over us indefinitely. Or see the planet destroyed. If they can't rule us, they want to destroy the planet. This is the very nature of a devil. And they got their gatekeepers doing their bidding, whom are 99% white, but they're all some blacks, they're all some Asians. I mean, they're whites mainly in different nations, but I mean, in the Asian nations, they're not white. In the African nations, they're not white. But they're doing the same thing. the same type of corruption, the same type of abuse, social abuse, the same type of tyranny. It doesn't matter, people. The problem is the way we live. The problem is this system. So Antonio Moore kind of missed that because, you know, you could call it whiteness, but the truth is, it's a little more nuanced than just saying white people. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more than that. Here in America, you could say it like that. The system allows them to accumulate, acquire, steal, jack, take, usurp. I mean, think of a word. The system allows them to do these things, and then the system allows them to maintain it. It is not money. It is not power. It is the system. The system is the wealth. Y'all can't tell me this ain't the baddest channel on YouTube, man. And I ain't arrogant, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look, I know what I know. I know what kind of dude I am. I know what I bring to the table, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just gotta find out, bro. I've been doing this a long time, man. I've been like this a long time. In fact, I've forgotten so much stuff that I need a refresher course, man, to really get myself back in certain thinking modes, man, because I've been doing this a long time. I've gone through so many phases of this struggle, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it a long time. See, I understand what I'm looking at. Y'all, see, people like Antonio Moore, Boyce Watkins, Red Pill dudes, the average black person, y'all just focus on pieces of paper. Y'all really think, see, that's your God. But the real God is this system. That's the real power. That's the real wealth. The system. And there's nothing we can do because we don't control the system. They created it and they control it. It's their system. And we are all under their system. There is no way to break them through their system. Come on, my brothers. Come on, my sisters. There's nothing you're going to do to them people through their system. You cannot break these people through their system. And the system is the power. It is how they do everything that they do. Without the system and the institutions within the system, that's monetary, that's banking, that's financial, that's educational, that's criminal or legal, all the institutions within this system, these are all mechanisms of maintaining the indefinite control and power structure that they established in the system. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I'm out of here, Brother Kush, aka the Black Alpha. So long.